All right. So we just did a very, very extensive live stream talking about Etsy's traffic and the big crash that everyone is talking about. And is it real? And I wanted to give you a quick recap just in case you don't want to watch that entire live stream. And here's the deal. Yes, it is real. Okay. I polled our audience here on YouTube of Etsy sellers, and I had 353 people in 24 hours vote. And the voting was very simple. 1, yes, my traffic is down. 2, no, my traffic is the same or up. And then the third one is just starting. All right. And 59% of those people, 208 people, said that their traffic was down since the October 1st little update that Etsy did. Okay. Now, there was, I believe, 19% of people said that they were just starting, and the rest said that their traffic had just kind of stayed the same, or maybe they saw an increase. Okay. So we're still talking 208 people that said it's down. So we need to pay attention to this. I said on the live stream, which you're more than welcome to watch, I'll leave it in the description. But basically, I looked at our stats. And I looked at our stats and it says, yes, your organic traffic has been down since October 1st. Okay. And you know what? That's concerning to me. But there are things that we can control. All right. There are things that we can control. And I'm going to go through 3 of those right now. Number 1, the thing that we can control that will help us, okay, with traffic that we are receiving. So we talk about losing traffic, right? Like, let's say you were getting 300 views a day or visits a day, and now you're only getting 100, but you're only converting at 1%. Let's try to work on the conversion side of things, right? Let's try to take your 1% conversion to a 2 or a 3. That means every 100 people that come to your listing, instead of only converting 1 sale, let's try to get 2 sales, or let's try to get 3 sales. Okay. And I know it sounds easier than it actually is, but there are things that we can do. We actually created what we call a conversion maximizer guide. All right. What we did is we studied 25 high converting listings that are converting above 3%, and we dissected them. We scored them. We tore them apart and compared and said, what are they doing that we might not be doing? We created a complete playbook. I actually had a professional designer put it together so I could actually offer it to people like you if you want a copy of that. And it's about 85 pages long, but it's really, really helpful. If you want a copy of that, just put conversion in the comments, and I'll send you the link to where you can grab a copy of that. All right. And just to be clear, it is $10. All right. We're charging a little something because I had to pay that designer. And I just want to make sure that, I wanted to make sure it was a really, really good resource and it's user friendly, which now it is. Before it wasn't, now it is. All right. But the conversions we can control. We can control all of our listing, right? We can look at our pictures. We can do better on those. We can do better at running sales. We can do better at pricing. We can do better at shipping. We can add more products that will be bought together. Like, there's some different things that we can do. Etsy gives us the ability to do some of these things that we're not utilizing. So that's something that we want to focus on. The second thing is, and I looked at our own data, Etsy ads still the same. They're still doing well. The traffic is still there. So if you're not running Etsy ads, that's something that you do control. You do got to pay a little something for it, but you do control that. Okay. Now, one little tip here I'm going to give you that I'm going to start experimenting with. We recently did an Etsy shop audit with a guy that's in a very, very specific niche, very, very specific niche. And it'll be aired here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you'll get updated when we post these Etsy shop audits. But the one thing that he made me aware of that I'm going to start experimenting with is he turns his ads on and off daily. And so what he found is when he turns them on at night between 6 o'clock and midnight, he gets higher conversions, higher sales. When he turns them on during the day, he gets clicks, but he doesn't get as many sales. I thought that was interesting. So something worth noting. But again, this is what we do when we're kind of like dissecting and inspecting different listings or different sellers. So I wanted to give you that little nugget. The third thing is email. And this is something I've been preaching for years. And since I've been, in the Etsy world and the Etsy community, I've been really trying to educate people on how powerful email is. About a year ago, it was September of last year, Etsy rolled out what they call their share and save link. This is where you can track your own traffic. So a lot of people, they just think, oh, I'll just put stuff on social media. We all know social media, the reach on that is so very low. But if we direct people there through email, our own email list, we're going to get credit because we now have that share and save link. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, Etsy doesn't want us to send email, that's wrong. They want you to get permission from the person to send emails. And that's what we do. We always get permission before we send an email. And there's various ways that we can do this. We actually cover this in a free guide that we have. It's our email playbook. If you want a copy of that, just put email in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. And it'll kind of go through our whole strategy on how we're doing that. But I just want to give you some numbers. Since they rolled out that share and save link, we've generated over $10,300 in sales from email. And just in the last 45 days, we generated over $1,600 from writing short, simple little emails. And there's actually a program that we just created, and it's called Copy and Paste Paydays. And it has everything to do with email. We actually have templates that we give you. You can fill in the blanks and all of that stuff. We also take you through a writing workshop showing you how to use them. And we also have an option that you can go through our one-day email list building training. If you want information on that, make sure that you check that out in the description, and I'll link it up if you want to go check that out and go through that training and get access to those templates. But email is super, super powerful and is not being utilized enough. And moving into 2025, it's going to be even more competitive, and it's going to really take people that understand marketing, even just a little bit, and being able to use email is going to be a huge tool for those sellers that do adopt using that type of marketing. All right. So with that all being said, traffic is down from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. Does it mean it's going to stay there? Don't know. But all we're going to focus on are things that we can control. We can control our conversions, our optimization. We can control our Etsy ads, and we can control our email. Those are the three things that I would be focusing on right now if you're feeling like traffic is down.